Probably have to blast that for, replace that wood and probably the insulation behind it.
Yeah.
And what they said the real issue was, or what they were claiming the real issue was, is that the water was coming off of this second story here.
Yeah.
And dumping right down into this corner because they thought it might be because of that gutter without a downspout up there, and it's just dumping all the water off that top story right there into the corner.
Okay.
So that obviously would need to get corrected as well. Maybe, I don't know, maybe divert the water out or something.
What if we put you a downspout here, running down the column, but I want to get it away from your home, and we'll create a pool here, if, you know, but you've got a gutter there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then, so the issue with the water obviously was basically coming over this and then dropping into, this was all boxed in here, and I think there was a little opening up in there where the water could actually just get straight down into that box.
Yeah, sure. But you know, regardless of how I slice it, a homeowner is not responsible for this. It could be a flaw, and it looks like design and engineering of water management.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, some architect said, "Oh, this is pretty. Let's do it this way," and then we have an engineer that says, "Okay, we've got to handle the load and the span by using these LVLs, and you know, we got to put framing here, and we've got to have water management appropriate to this." I mean, my brother-in-law's a PE civil engineer, and he's retiring at 40 years experience, runs around for insurance companies. Two situations exactly like this, basically, and kind of uses his professional expertise to find out where the real fault lays. But you know, I would say it's real stinky that you've got a gutter that's got an exit point on a roof that's going to come straight down to a diversion point that shoots that direction, because
it's going to channel anything that comes down there, right?
It's going to shoot it. It's going to shoot it that way. And if I look at that right sheathing on top of those, actually below the shingles, it looks irregular. It doesn't look flat. It looks like it has a dip in it. And at the lower point, the corner, as it approaches the masonite towards the edge of the house, it looks like it has a rise. Actually, that very last shingle, you can see it tinted a little bit.
Yeah, that's a. This is actually an addition.
Right.
And so they left the original roof intact and then put new shingles up right there where they needed to.
I mean, it's as simple as a piece of steel diversion. You know, you tack it into the shingle top at some lesser angle. I wouldn't go 45, but you know, maybe 18 degrees at some point to shoot water the opposite direction.
So somewhere up there in the roof under the shingle, you just put a piece of metal to divert it out.
Well, you take a piece of metal. I'm going to suggest something equivalent to maybe 6 inches wide and 24 inches long, and you put a bend in the middle at a 90 degree, and you put one flat against the shingle and tack it down, and you caulk it in with roofing cement and have it at an angle so that the water will hit and move it away from your house. You can't eliminate water from taking that right edge, which is not a good thing to send water back towards the house, but at least it's not that much water. The watershed effect off of this right piece, I don't know how well that gutter is sloped, but it may be dozens of cubic feet of water coming down that thing per minute, coming back towards the house.
The other evening when we had that light rain,
Yeah.
the next day I came out here just to look and see what was happening. You could see exactly where the water was coming down just from the condensation, what was left over from the night before.
Absolutely.
And it was just dripping right down into that corner.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a couple issues here. One is to get the water thing corrected, and the second, you know, obviously the second is to get the structural and trim
Okay.
back in shape.